everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, the mainstream media is at it yet again, publishing more information about a potential new pandemic for the year 2022. And you should be very, 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 very afraid because, the mainstream media made so much money profiting off of COVID-19 fear porn. Why not publish more? Now, that said, obviously, I think pandemics are something we should be aware of. However, I'm so sick of the mainstream media profiting off of a lot of this stuff. I've got tons of stuff to show you in today's report. But before I do, just a quick break. There is a brand new surveillance bill right now in Australia that allows their government to spy on their citizens' internet activity. This bill gives the Australian government the right to disrupt private citizens' computers, to hack their online accounts, and even modify or delete their data. Stuff like that isn't just happening in Australia. Similar things are happening here in the US with a blatant attack on our privacy. In fact, government overreach and even corporate tracking are the top reasons that people get VPNs. And right now, the VPN that I personally recommend is Virtual Shield at hidewithlisa.com. When it comes to VPNs, Virtual Shield is by far my favorite. First of all, Virtual Shield is a no-log VPN. And what I mean by that is unlike many VPNs out there, Virtual Shield does not store your search history on their servers. Secondly, it is the fastest and most easiest VPN that I have ever personally used. And it even has the best UIs and switches your location faster than any other service that I have seen. And third, they have a free 30-day trial. Look, if you want to stay anonymous online, then you're really going to want to check out Virtual Shield at hidewithlisa.com. And it's really easy to sign up right now. All you have to do is go to hidewithlisa.com, click on Start Now for free. Then from there, you can pick the plan that you want. You can protect yourself or your family, depending on how many people you have. Pick the number of months. I recommend 24 months at $2.50 per month. Then pick any kind of add-on that you like. But get it right now. They've got some pretty amazing specials. You can actually try Virtual Shield for up to 30 days free. And on top of that, they're even giving 50% off, and you can get it automatically at hidewithlisa.com. Want more information on that? Just click in the description box below. All right, back to the broadcast. So let's dive into these news articles warning of more pandemics for 2022. Take a look at this first one here. And this is done by the leftist radical news organization, The Daily Beast. But here's what it is. Massive new bird flu outbreak could be 2022's deadly pandemic. And you can see this was written really, really recently, December 27th. But it goes on to state this. Israel's National Security Council has assumed control of a massive bird flu outbreak in Galilee, which scientists warn could become a massive disaster for humans. Look, there's a lot of things, by the way, that can become a massive disaster if they take a certain turn, but I digress. Over 500 million migrating birds pass through the area every year, heading for warm African winters and European summers, making this a catastrophic location for a major bird flu outbreak right at the nexus of the global avian travel. It goes on, and it says this at the top. Yossi Lesman, one of Israel's most renowned ornithologists, told the Daily Beast, however, that it is the ability of these viruses to mutate into new strains that poses such a threat as we have seen with the coronavirus. Quote, there could be mutations that also infect people and turn into a massive disaster, said Leshem. So far, at least 5,400 wild cranes have died infected with the new H5N1 avian flu, which Israel authorities fear could expand into a global emergency. Of the 30,000 Uraean cranes passing this winter at the Hula Nature Reserve, 17% are dead, and the scientists fear the worst for the surviving brethren, at least 10,000 of which appear to be ailing. The infection of the cranes is the same strain of avian flu which has infected chicken coos throughout northern Israel and led to the cull in recent days of nearly 1 million birds. And then he concludes with this, and he says this, or this is according to Yoav Mortror, a specialist in vertebrates and locusts in Israel's Ministry of Agriculture. And he said this, H5N1 is presenting like the opposite of COVID. Compared to COVID, the chances of humans catching this are very, very slight. But unlike COVID, the risk of dying from it if you do catch it are very high. Now that part can be confirmed. Here we have, and I'm just going to show you this on top of that, the World Health Organization. You see at the very bottom there, it has the number 863 and 465. There have been a total human cases, a total of 863 cases, of which about half of them, or a little under half, or around half, I'm just guesstimating here, have died. 456 of them. So yes, it's a deadly pandemic. However, as he has stated, catching it or it transferring, the chances of it going from human to human are very, very slight. Could that change in the future? Yes. It's something we need to watch and something that we need to prepare for. But a lot of this is now sparking more worldwide fear. And imagine the mandates and measures and new rules and policies that can be passed with constant talk and constant fear of such pandemics. And here's another one here. This is on the Telegraph. Deadly Chinese poultry flu, same one, could be disease X that sparks worldwide pandemic. And this is a little earlier article, but it's already warning of stuff like that. Then we have here, Minister confirms that the United Kingdom has been hit by record bird flu outbreak. Also, this one, bird flu prevention zone has been declared across Great Britain. And then we also have another article by The Guardian asking or addressing why the bird flu is back in the news. And here it is here, Guardian.com. What is the bird flu and why is it all of a sudden back in the news? And they go on to describe it all throughout this article here. But there you have it. More talk about this potential new pandemic, if you will, all over the news and mainly leftist news organizations. But the Democrats and the socialist communists need fear in order to get votes, say, for their midterm elections, in order to continue on with what they're doing. We already have all the talk of what's going on with COVID-19, all the talk of what's going on with Omicron and Delta and all these variants, and they keep pushing it. We need to shut everything down. We need to stop life in society. You need to stay home and close your doors. And meanwhile, every one of our freedoms are being taken away. But there's other things that I think, obviously, COVID needs our attention, but I think it's gone way too long and far. We've got to learn to live with this thing, and we may have to learn to live with other pandemics in the future. Meanwhile, there are other ones that we need to be aware of, and I've talked about these over on Restrictive Republic, but here it is. This is on Dayton247now.com. Public health reports undiagnosed respiratory illnesses are popping up across Ohio. This is in December. Here's another one here, and I've talked about this on my channel earlier. This is on Newsweek. Elderly woman latest to die of mystery illness in South Sudan that has killed 100 people. And I believe that's where that number still stands as of now. But there you have it. Anyhow, I wanted to bring all this information to you. Please make sure you are still subscribed to the channel. YouTube keeps removing people and unchecking the bell, so please make sure both of those are still done. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.